1.
My name's Noah, it's summer, I'ma show you. Stronger than I was a year ago, now we've grown up. Not talking time when I miss your ceases. Every chocolate bar drop, leaves some fiending. School breaks here, younger form, gotta show up. Fars saying now, unlock the bars blown up. Mind my business, literally got a business. Give you the business, every word stand witness. Test.
Think about the time like you were a lost Remo. Think about the time like you were a lost Remo. Think about the time like you were a lost Remo. Think about the time like you were a lost Remo. Think about the time like you were a lost Remo. Think about the time like you were a lost Remo. Think about the time like you were a lost Remo. Think about the times when you in the game crazy, you crazy in the game. If the game shady, you shady in the game. Or the game awaits me and make me the fame. Or the game takes me and make me for the claim. And I don't really know much, I don't really grow up. Time's really my Achilles. And you know what? I'm feeling, I'm willing like a donut. I'm feeling, I'm revealing a supernova. Think about the times like you were a lost Remo. Think about the times like you were a lost Remo. Think about the times like you were a lost Remo. Think about the times like you were a lost Remo. Think about the times like you were a lost Remo. Think about the times like you were a lost Remo. Think about the times like you were a lost Remo. Think about the times. Spread my wings, I'm free. Take a flight with me. Baby, I'm complete. Baby, I'm not. Spread your wings with me. Take a flight with me. Baby, I'm complete. Baby, I'm not. Live your life. Think about the times like you were a lost Remo. Think about the times like you were a lost Remo.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our Unlock the Bars podcast. I'm Noah, your host, and today we're interviewing the amazing Jay Hurd. Good afternoon, Jay Hurd. How are you?
I'm thankful. Thank y'all for asking. How y'all doing?
We're doing amazing. And to start off, where are you from? Tell us about your story.
I'm from Dallas, Texas. Raised in the North Side, you know what I mean? Spent most of my childhood, teen years, raised by my grandparents. And, I started, kicking it with my aunt and two cousins who I started calling my mom, my brother, and my sister. And I was in Pleasant Grove, which is another area of Dallas. And, that's mainly where I was at in my, I want to say like 16 years to like in my early 20s.
Do you remember when you fell in love with hip hop?
I do. It was 2004 when I heard, it was 2004. I was listening to the radio heavy because that's like when the Walkmans and the MP3 players were like really big. And I remember when T.I.'s You Don't Know Me came out, and I just loved that song a lot. And, I saw the music video on 106 in Park. I would see it on MTV Jams. And, I just really started just listening to the radio real heavy. So, yeah, I want to say like 04 radio time. If you knew a certain artist that was out, you just really started just grasping to the radio. So I want to say it was around that time.
What are your favorite types of beats to rhyme to?
Man, very soulful, very jazzy, piano-y, elegant, classy. That's like my personal favorite.
Hang up, call on the next show. You do your thing, love. I'm all for the best though. Shame cause I was your threshold. You play them games, save the names for your next role. I know that I can't save you. I know that God I gave you. Hold on, just slow down. You should be my friend, not lady. Hold on, just slow down. You should be my friend, not lady. Hold on, just slow down. You should be my friend, not lady. Hold on, just slow down.
But, I'm very unorthodox, so I do like the very trap, vibey, islandly, Caribbean, dance, pop, alternative side too. But if I could have it like in my own perfect world, it would always be very jazzy, euphoric hip hop.
How has hip hop been therapeutic for you?
It like showed me options of how to be myself without asking for permission. Because, like you have family members that come from a certain upbringing and they're just telling you what they either weren't told or all they know to be told. But then when you listen to music, it's like music becomes your parent that's really not your parent, but it just makes everything apparent. And it's like, wow, I could be this T.I. song, or I could be this Avril Lavigne song. I could be this Maroon 5 song. I could be this Jay-Z song. And when you listen to certain albums, it just shows you like, wow, certain writings of songs. And then just as I got older, I started just, you have your first crush, you have your first close friends you hang with, you go to the store with, you walking with, school bus moments. And then just hip hop, just, you go through heartbreaks or you start stressing. And just certain songs came out at the time of my life. And I'm like, man, this is what I want to always know I can come to when I can't go to a human for it. Because every human's not going to be able to help you. We're not designed to help every situation. But sometimes music can bring the brightest light in the pits of darkness. So that's definitely how hip hop music has been therapeutic for me.
I noticed on your bio on your Instagram page, it states, "I'm not the goat, I'm the elephant." What's the meaning behind that phrase?
So the meaning behind the phrase is, I know LL Cool J, coined the phrase GOAT, which is greatest of all time. And I noticed like in the 2014, 2015 years, a lot of rappers were just calling themselves the GOAT. And, I've seen the downfall of certain relationships, certain lives of hip hop because of ego and pride. And I feel like it's cool to call yourself the greatest. Like it's cool. And, I just started hearing a lot of rappers say their spirit animal was this, their spirit animal was that. Like a rapper, I think it was Action Bronson, he said, Joe Pesci is my spirit animal. And I just loved how that sounded. And I'm like, man, what's my spirit animal? And then I just started doing like some digging. And I'm like, I know I'm a Leo. So, of course, people are going to say I'm a lion. I know like my appearance and everything. It's easy to say I'm like a big teddy bear, like I'm a giant. So I'm just like, I want to just come with something. And one day I just Googled elephant in the room. And the reason why I Googled that was because of a rapper named Capital Steve's, rest in peace. He said a line that went, "So I snuck in the room like an elephant. You can't hide the truth, and that's evident." He said that line in 2012, and that line stuck with me for years. I'm like, this kid really, I'm breaking down the line psychologically. And I'm like, you can't sneak in the room as an elephant because you just can't. And then an elephant hiding, you can't hide. And then the truth is hidden. So I'm just like, I am the elephant because I just correlated that with my reality, with certain things that I went through, certain ways I feel about things, how things kind of just pan out and go for my life. And I wanted to take like an ego stroking title and basically bow out gracefully and say, I'm not the greatest of all time because there are kids like, Noah and Matthew who can destroy a lot of these rappers. So me being a 30-year-old man, I know a lot of these men that say they're the best, that say they're the greatest. I don't care what clique you around, not the best. There are 6-year-olds that are multifaceted and disciplined with this hip hop stuff. And they may never get the credit, right? So I did that to let the kids know that being yourself, you are already the greatest. Not calling yourself a term that you can Google. You can't Google being yourself. You can Google being everybody else. Everybody want to be the GOAT, which makes them unoriginal. It's cool to call yourself the greatest. I'm not saying it's bad, but that's why I personally said I'm not the GOAT. I'm the elephant. I'm not y'all. I'm me. That's what it means.
Tell us a little bit about your upcoming album, See You Later.
Yeah.
Man, so See You Later, man, it's really, to put it in simplest terms, a hello doesn't stay the same and a goodbye doesn't remain. To just get deep with the title, right? And See You Later really is a project about things that come and go, you know, emotions come and go, episodes come and go. Like every book has to come to an end in order for an understanding of the story. And either you're gonna have to see me later, or I'm gonna have to see you later. Whether that's status of life, financial increases, position placements, whether I become this artist that you can look up, whether I become this person that's no longer as accessible or available as I once was, or whether things just change to where what I bring doesn't really, connect to what you would love brought to you. And, it's just my way of saying, I love you regardless if I can no longer ask for it. And you should love me if you can no longer ask for it. So that's like the deep meaning behind See You Later. And the records reflect like different meanings of that. I try to capture different meanings in ways that even you guys can listen to it and be like, okay. And then older people can be like, they can take bits and pieces of life. That's what I would love to see later. Not so much that, but definitely that, so it's kind of like that to where you can choose what you would like to see later, or you can choose what to never want to see later again. So, yeah.
We also saw on your Instagram page that you perform on stage a lot. What inspired you to start performing, and what shows have you performed on so far?
And, I was watching a whole lot of Rhyme Sayers Entertainment live performances. That's one of my favorite hip hop labels. And I was just watching a lot of live shows. I was watching a lot of Robert Glasper performances. I was watching some Alabama Shake performances, some PBS documentary performances. And I'm like, even Bernie Mac performances, right? And I'm like, I see a lot of rappers perform, and I'm like, they're not using the full performance kit. They're using what they see on Instagram Reels, TikTok. Nothing wrong with it. But I'm just noticing what they could tap into. So me, I said, man, I'm gonna really start looking at these open mic events. So at first, I just started going as a guest to just see what kids were doing, to see what adults were doing. And I realized what they were doing, I could just go log on to TikTok and see. So I'm like, I'm going to get on that stage and do something that you're going to have to see me, because that's the only time you're going to see it. And I know I'm a heavy set dude. And that's another thing that plays into my mind. When you are in the presence of a lot of skinny people, or people that have like that quote unquote appeal, that's very appeasing, right? I also know that's a thing too, because I know the stigma that comes with it. So when I go on stage, I literally keep all of that in mind, and I go harder. And, the places I performed at is the Green Elephant Room, DTX Unplugged, the Balcony Club. And these are like all like open mic event places because of the album coming soon. So I make sure strategically it's all about timing with everything I do. So like that's the inspiration of why I perform and stuff like that.
This is the part of the show where we ask guests to unlock the bars, which basically means, can you drop a freestyle or a rhyme for us before we go?
Yep, sure can. Rappers saying that they broke now and I understand. We got broken hearted and we became wretched. Ratchets became weapons, and then chains that we hang from became accessories. That's why the souls reach the hill, and Hollywood is funny how that became Beverly. Rappers talking about they want trap beats over the same melody. Ain't no rapper that's in the game got pain and they ain't telling me. Whether you talk about a sombrero from the pain, they ain't scaling me. Even the blood that's dripping out of your vein ain't swell as me. Now that's a whole arm muscle. You can charm buckle. Rappers saying that they harm couples. They all in trouble. Saying they got the flow from the mainstream when it's swan puddle. We'll see if the wing pimp slap you if the swan love you. Elephant.
To give that masterpiece our traditional infinite dabs. I believe I just witnessed that. So thank you, JJ, for coming on and sharing with us. Thank you, the viewers, for watching today's episode. We hope you have an amazing day, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.